What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Gunnar, say hi. Gunnar's still sleeping. So I'm gonna apologize in advance if I have bags under my eyes in this entire video. I'm going on like an hour and a half of sleep, and now I get to sit in like an hour of traffic to get to my own warehouse. But Rhino, you're wearing sunglasses. How are we gonna see the bags under your eyes? They're gonna be off at some point. Last night was another late one, taking care of all the work Ford orders, which you can see bagged up here. And if you guys haven't seen already, I know it's kind of hard to see because I'm driving, but check out the new 3%er shirt over at workfordapparel.com. There'll be a link right there as well as down in the description. So some of the worst traffic in the absolute world to me is dealing with all of the parents that are trying to drop their kids off at school. They drive like crazy. They think that like no parking laws don't apply to them, and they'll just like fill up the entire sides, both sides of the road near any school, and then it's just absolute chaos trying to squeeze by in the mornings. Well, it looks like Gunnar has awoken. Oh, no, and we're right back to sleep. Gunnar gets a little camera shy in the mornings. So today we're meeting up with Josh, who I believe is already here. Now, you guys haven't seen Josh on the channel in quite some time, so let's get a little update on his life as well. Oh! Wait, you wash your own truck over here? Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, it's great to see you. Hey,
great to see you on time. You're over here blaming school moms and stuff like that for you being late.
Better than whatever party you were just at. So the good thing is, even when I'm a little bit late to my detailing appointment with Josh, he's self-sufficient, so there's still stuff that he could do and end up washing his own truck. Gunnar, are you finally awake? Do you finally want to say hi to the channel? Yeah, I know. Let's get the old truck warmed up. So even though, yes, I did just wash my truck the other day, this truck hasn't had a full detail in a long time. And now I'm no detailer. I do my best to wash the truck without scratching it, but it's kind of inevitable that over time, the more and more you wash your truck, the more and more scratches you're gonna put in it. So it's kind of hard to see right now because they're really light and it's, you know, we're in the shade, it's not really sunny. But hopefully when the sun comes out, I can show you guys some of the surface scratches just from, you know, standard washing. And then the other thing is, no matter what I do, I cannot seem to ever get the soot off of that part of the bumper or that part of the rear quarter panel here on the bedside. I don't know what it is, but the soot just does not want to ever come off here. Now the best part about today is Josh parked his trailer. Oh no, it's in front of the oil guy's roll-up door. Josh, what are we gonna do?
Leave it there.
Look at that. You're the man, buddy. What's this?
A t-shirt.
I get 2 shirts? It's a good day today. I've been asking Josh for a shirt from his detail company for a long time, so I think we all know that means we gotta go take care of Josh. Give him the new 3%er shirt. Let's see, 3%er shirt is somewhere large. And so I screwed up big the other day. You guys remember when I bought a bunch of these cardboard bins, and it turns out the large size worked for us. So I'm like, all right, sweet, I'm gonna order 50 more large ones. And you know, they're not cheap, but they're still like $3 a piece. So I placed my quick reorder on Uline, which was a mistake. And I ended up getting a bunch of them show up, put them together, realized I had accidentally quick reordered the smaller boxes. Now I'm out like $100 with bins that don't really work that well for us. And I gotta reorder the bigger ones. Here you go, buddy. I got your special delivery.
Well, shucks. That's badass.
It's not that bad, right?
That ain't bad at all.
Definitely, yeah, a little clear bra peeling right there. We did get a couple new rock chips. That one's an old one. That one we didn't get.
That one I remember, but
you know, the worst thing about Josh walking around your truck is he starts to pick out everything he can find.
I have to. And Ryan's like, you put that there.
Nah, that's Chris. Oh yeah, just help yourself, Josh. Help yourself. Lanyards. Yep. Take some microfibers. Oh, you want that? That's I think that's for the Edge programmer. Well, just consider that your pay. You know, t-shirt and a lanyard. We're good.
You're good.
Josh, you're supposed to be detailing.
Supervising.
Oh, you're supervising.
He supervises you. I supervise him.
Oh, okay. Perfect. What do you think, buddy? Don't look at my AutoZone wax. We don't need to look at that. Smell it. It smells like a urinal cake.
It does.
Right?
I use a buffer by them, but their customer service is just okay.
The old griots?
Yep. How many feet you got?
We got 50 feet.
50 feet?
50 feet.
Your hose is supposed to be twice as long as the vessel you're washing.
All right. Well, good thing is my vessel is 25 feet. Josh, you know, it says a lot about a man's hose based on when he's got the female to female going on there. So Josh,
I've seen this before online.
Josh is going to use my pressure washer setup, but he really wants to use his wand over here, but we got a little female to female issue. Yeah, here. You can use this sweet one that's covered in concrete from all the work that we use it for. So one thing I'm curious on is, as professionals, opinion. Josh, how do you like my pressure washer setup?
I like everything but the wand.
Well, yeah, the wand kind of sucks. I've been totally meaning to order like a brand new, I think like what is it, MTM, I think is the one I was looking at, like a shorter wand, a better wand. This one has like a stupid safety on it. This is just the one that we use for work when we're pressure washing concrete and stuff, so I already had it. It works for now, but eventually we do need to upgrade the wand.
I always tell myself that when the Honda on my trailer fails, I'm gonna get an electric one like that and just run it off a Hush generator. My Honda won't quit though.
So when I was actually pressure washer shopping, I hit up Josh because to me I was trying to get most PSI and then most gallons per minute. Like I wanted to find the highest I could find, which in the electric world, you're kind of limited to a bunch of, you know, you don't have that many super high options. Josh is kind of the one that talked me off the ledge of super high PSI. And I guess he actually, not throttles his down, but I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
We throttle down. That way you're not putting out as many gallons per minute. You save your water more. It's not throwing like such a harsh stream on the paint. You know, if you can sit here and, you know, do it from about a foot away on the foot, you know, a little closer, and that's pretty safe. It's not gonna fuck anything up. If you do it on your skin, you probably don't want to do it on your paint. That's just a personal thing there, but I mean, that's soft as it's gonna get hitting that paint, so.
And that's good to know because I think Wes uses it as like a brush and he puts it about as close to his paint as he can to get crap off. So it's good to know that this ain't gonna hurt the paint. So I know we've mentioned it on the channel before, Josh, but everybody always wants to know why the microfiber's on the door handles.
We don't have to dip them in a bucket of soap. You just foam right over them.
There you go, pre-wets them, pre-soaps them, as long as you don't knock them off with the pressure washer.
Hey yo, the rain was steady pouring, heard the drops and drizzle meant to be. Chilling in my crib, no doubt. Peep the scenery. Telephone rang, then it stopped before I could answer it. I heard a knock at the door, so I answered it. And with Jermaine, he had a little situation. Beef up on the block, and orthodox that led the confrontation. He said these cats be acting hard on the block, and they be pumping weight and holding, so Dwayne got shot. Now see, Dwayne was just a knucklehead, but still with his cousin. And I'd be wrong if I ain't help him when it's beef, he gon' rush. And he said, listen, homie, ain't no time for discussion.
Will it come off? Oh, like butter. All right, what's your secret to getting all that soot off? Because I can't do it, apparently.
Well, what's the only chemical that's famously green? Using a magic eraser. It's like having, you know, sandpaper's deadly if it's not, you know, wet, but if you wet sand something, it's not really quite so harmful as long as you do the steps afterwards. This is not gonna scratch or mess anything up under here. It's not gonna give any micro scratches as long as it's nice and wet and I'm soft. The magic eraser is doing all the work. There's no elbow grease here. So this really just pulls off any diesel soot and sticks it on the eraser and takes it off the paint.
Look at that. Works great on the exhaust as well. Can you clean the inside all the way back to the engine?
I was going to, yeah.
All right. You got a magic eraser on a stick?
It's like being a gynecologist for trucks.
Getting Josh's buffer outfitted with a new pad. So we got a, what is it, a Griot's?
Griot's Boss 021 or G21, I believe.
What's important when looking for a buffer?
Customer service. When something goes wrong on your buffer, the company, if you call them and they give you what you need because it broke, that's what's important. They all do pretty much the same thing.
Variable speed.
Variable speed. It's got a pretty
Oscillating.
big throw on it. If you need to do bigger services, and I actually order a smaller pad like this so I can use the smaller dual action pads to buff and get in smaller corners, and then we have an even smaller 2-inch buffer for little tight corners. And
I'm nervous, guys. Josh is gonna pull the truck in. Josh is over here working on a new technique for buffing. How's it work for you, buddy?
oh, I think I do need this out of the way.
Well, I don't think this is gonna work too well on boat docks either for you. Oh, you're trapped on the cord. Oh no, you're good. Efficiency at its finest until he falls. So one step that a lot of people that are waxing their truck or buffing their trucks at home don't do is tape off all of the black plastic. You guys can spot from a mile away anytime anybody ever gets wax or buffing compound on this stuff because it's almost impossible to get out of the little texture on there. And then this is what Josh is using to buff the entire truck or whatever compound he's using. He doesn't want anybody to know what it is, so he taped it up for you guys. I thought Josh was just using the hoverboard as a gag, but he's sticking with it. He's still going. You got it, buddy. Oh. Perfect. And then Josh wasn't kidding, you know, he cleaned out my entire exhaust here and it has dumped out some black water on the floor. And you better believe that water is known to the state of California to cause cancer.
You know, without having a correcting light on us or whatever.
Ooh, girl. Looking good as new. All right, give everybody a tip at home if they want to compound and wax their truck.
Don't compound it. You can take a polish to it or a cut though. You know, I mean, like that's, you're not going gnarly, but for a one step, you're getting like 75% of those micro scratches out. You know, unless Ryan's gonna just let this sit in the shop here for the next year. You know, if you're gonna wash it the way you wash it, nothing wrong with that, but eventually those scratches are kind of gonna do their thing again.
Hey, I learned how to wash it from you, all right? So if I'm wrong, you're wrong.
Well, why aren't you washing it like me then?
I do.
I don't believe you.
I just missed this step. I'm not good at cutting and waxing.
Yeah, that takes like 75% of those out. You know, yours wasn't bad. It's not like mine. Mine's due, but you get those spider webbing,
right,
you know, marks in there and stuff like that. This takes a lot of them out. You wax over it, it seals everything in, and it'll be pretty good off for the next.
So that's the stage they're doing right now. I don't know if you can kind of see in the light there. It's already been cut, and this is just a hand wax that he's putting on. You prefer to do it by hand?
I like doing it by hand after you do something like this. Really, the only point in using a buffer is to kind of take out like 10, 15, 20% of those micro scratches with just wax, which you can do. But since we got the good majority of those out, I can hand wax the truck, and it's a little more thorough. I can kind of see what I'm doing more and really make sure everything gets a good thick coat on there.
You know, we've been talking about this for years, Josh. When's this YouTube channel coming?
Oh, come on, dude.
Well, we got to put you on the spot. You bought the GoPro, you were ready to go, and then what happened?
Well, you said you were going to give me your camera that you just replaced.
No, I never said that.
I heard that.
And you just found that out today, so that's not an excuse for the channel not starting for the last year.
Probably here pretty soon when summertime winds down.
So how's business going? Because this is your busiest time of the year.
Busiest time of the year. Money's good, and you know, there's not a free day within 3 weeks of scheduling. You know, unless we take one of those hidden days off or something like that. But
so I'm really nervous about this, but Josh assures me this is a thing. My whole hood is clear broad from the factory, and he just got unplugged. And obviously you can only do so much with a buffer on a clear broad because it's actually like clear vinyl over on top of the paint. Josh claims you touch it with a heat gun just lightly, it'll end up kind of remelting the top layer of the clear broad, and it'll take out the scratches, right?
It doesn't take them out, just basically the same idea of like shrink wrapping. Any light scratches there just melts them back down.
This makes me nervous. I've had bad luck with heat guns on paint.
It's the same concept as on a really, really hot day. If this sits out in the sun, it's probably gonna do it on its own.
I can smell it, it's burning.
This is also an old factory clear raw, so.
Yeah, this isn't the high-end stuff that I'm sure you normally work with that loves the heat gun. Well, I'll be damned, buddy. I gotta say, that worked.
Looks a little better. Ain't perfect, but it looks a little better.
We'll see if the clear bra is ever gonna come off again, but I definitely do need to pull this clear bra off though. I know I've mentioned it before in videos, but you can see where the clear bra has just a slight tinge of yellow to it from being out in the sun for so long versus the factory white paint, which is why a few people have been like, hey, that white on your bumper or on your grill isn't the same white that's on the truck. But no, you can see kind of where the clear bra starts and stops right there. This was a factory installed clear bra in Arizona. It's been in the sun its whole life. And I'm assuming like the factory installed one's not as great as some of the super high-end clear bra stuff that's out there. So eventually, probably soon, I need to pull all this off and then end up clear brawling all the new parts that we had painted, like the bumper and the grill. And I don't really know if we can do this, but we could probably do like this portion of the work for a grill.
Holy shit.
There you go. What do you think, buddy?
Fuck, that's rad. That's a long way from the pictures I saw.
Josh is actually in the market for getting a new sub or subs in his truck. He's got currently, what do you have? 112?
112, yeah.
112. So I think we're selling him on some Ronnie's Electronics over here. Get maybe some DD audio in his truck.
Are you
entertaining yourself? Josh is like a child. I don't know. He wants to see everything bounce on the center console. Alright. Perfect. Look at that. That's how we move trailers when we can't fit the truck in there. And yes, I know they make dollies like this just for trailers. We don't have one. We work with what we got. And with that, the BBB is all done. Josh is getting his trailer hooked up. Then we're gonna run over to Ronnie's Electronics, see about getting a sound system put into his truck. And Chris's box is, if it's not done already, it's almost done. He's getting his box installed in a couple days. We're gonna show you guys that, but maybe we can get a little sneak peek of Chris's under the seat box for his 4 8-inch subs that he's gonna be putting in his truck. Oh, and before I leave the warehouse, if you guys haven't already seen on Instagram, all of our work for it key tags, I'm gonna turn some lights on in here, are all back in stock, all of which can be found over at workforapparel.com.
What's up, man? Adam, nice to meet you.
Josh, good to meet you.
You want to actually check out,
Oh, can we get a sneak peek of Chris's box?
yeah, we can.
All
You
right.
want to see Chris's box?
Go ahead, come on. Yeah, everybody.
Chris gonna get mad at me?
Well, we won't show it too much on chat. Dang, dude, whose is this?
That's the center console for F250. We actually did custom bucket seats and the whole nine. He didn't want anything too fancy. It's been all broken down, but he's got 4 10s on it and a little plexi window, some cup holders.
That's crazy, dude. Is that what you want,
You
John?
don't want anything fancy.
They had
throw it
some
in.
panels on it, but it was too tall for him. So
That thing's gnarly.
yeah.
Ooh, hold on. I don't even want to show that on camera. Chris's box there. Dang. All right. There's your guys' sneak peek. This is as much as you get to see of Chris's box. Gunner's inspecting it over there. As much as you guys get to see of Chris's box. Until he installs it next week, which we will be here for the full day of install. If Adam's not sick of me yet.
No, not at all.
All right. Perfect. So Josh has just been running ghetto over here with a just a box sitting on top of his seat with a JL12 in it. We gotta get him all kinds of upgraded.
Hey, dude.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Say hi to all your fans, bro. They miss you. You miss them? You miss
Yeah,
me?
man.
I haven't been hanging out at the shop for a while. Hey, I'll be here next week.
Okay.
All right.
See you soon.
You bring the big gulps.
All right.
I'm
never gonna see him.
You should do that.
You will, because they will fire out.
Gunner, are you just working here today? Man, you love it behind the counter.
Oh, out into like where your feet are.
Correct. So if you, it would be.
All right. Well, Josh is taking off. I think he's getting all set up with the stereo as well. Gunner, we gotta get in the truck, buddy, and no door dings. No door dings. All right. Stay at door. We're good. So with that, guys, we're gonna wrap up this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now, that way you do not miss out on any future content like Chris's audio install. We got Jake's box in there that's gonna get installed, and probably Josh's audio install soon. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. Gunner, say it.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.